The number one thing I look for when I'm hiring somebody is not necessarily their resume. I think we've over-dramatized the importance of resumes because people lie on their resumes. There's literally coaches that will be like, yeah, we're gonna make this look lit. I was one of those people in college where I used to help people with their resumes, and I would make that shit look lit. You weren't just the manager at a gym, you were the coordinator. You were some extreme title that I would make up in my head. And then I would say, handle the gyms, facilities, this, that, and third. I make it look so good. I make it look so crazy, like you fucking ran that bitch. Like you did everything for it. That's why I don't like resumes, because I don't trust them, okay? Because I've been on the other side where I've created resumes, and I'm like, yeah, people just lie. People just make shit up. And you know, the people that have the best looking resumes a lot of times are the people that don't really have a lot of experience. They really don't have a lot of things going for them. They know how to bullshit their way to get into a job. And look, when you're getting someone for a job, when you're hiring someone, there's a massive risk that you take as an employer. So you're going to pay someone a fixed salary for something that they said on a piece of paper that they could very well have lied about. And yeah, you can call their references and you can do all this stuff, but that's a lot of work for every single person that you are potentially hiring. It's a lot of work, a lot of time, effort, energy, resources. I think that you should hire someone based off how much they want to work, based off their work ethic, based off their hunger, their tenacity. And there's a few things that I kind of look at, okay? This might sound very bad, but one of the things I look at is if someone's in shape. You see all these people on this beach. There's some people here that are in shape. Look at all these people. Look at all these chickens.
Look at all those chickens.
A lot of people here. Look at these women right here. Okay, I'm not here trying to hate on them, but they're not in the best shape. They're not in a disciplined state of being. And I look at that as something that I would hire for. It's not that I don't hire fat people. It's not that I don't hire people that are out of shape, but I look at them as like, okay, you can't show up for yourself. So when I look at that, I'm like, okay, I automatically know that you can't listen to your own body. When I see someone that's in shape, like look at this guy here. He might not have a six pack. He might not be crazy ripped, but he's at least taking care of himself. He at least looks good. And that's what I want to see. That's what I want to recognize. I want to see a guy that's at least putting in effort, at least trying. Having a little bit of blubber on you isn't necessarily the end of the world. But you look at this over here, not necessarily the best demonstration of discipline. Discipline is important in a job. If you're hiring someone for W-2 work to show up and sit down and be somewhere and handle XYZ task that's structured, you need someone that's not necessarily even smart. You need someone that's disciplined. You need someone that's going to show up every single day and be consistent, because that's what it is. It's about you having a job. If you're hiring entrepreneurs, like I see a lot of entrepreneurs that are not in the best shape. I see a lot of entrepreneurs that are this, that, and the third. And that's okay, because your performance is going to be commission based. Your performance is going to be paid on how much work you put in. You're going to eat what you kill. But in a W-2 format, you gotta make sure that's gonna make a big difference in your business. If you got 10 W-2 workers that are not focused, that are showing up late every day, that are just not on top of things, and they don't necessarily look the best, they're not as presentable, it's gonna hurt your business. But if you have people that are locked in, focused, they handle the structured tasks from A, B, and C, sometimes you can even add more to their task list, and you can get more out of those people. I'm talking as an employer here. You can take this on a flip side too. You could be someone that's lazy and say, hey, I'm gonna get in the gym, I'm gonna be ripped, I'm gonna be focused, and then maybe Sumi or somebody else will hire me and pay me a salary. But ironically, you're becoming more disciplined. Ironically, you're putting in the work, and you're not actually being lazy, you're actually becoming more of a motivated person. You're actually doing more things. When you hire people, look at how they look. Look at how they present themselves. Look at how they carry themselves. And it's hard to extrapolate as to how consistent they'll be, but you can tell by their habits. You can tell by the way that they drive their car and how they show up and how they take care of their health and how they take care of their skin, everything like that. And there are people out there that may be in a worse situation that are really hungry for the opportunity. Obviously take that into consideration. Some people I've hired have not been from the best background. They did not have the best car. They weren't necessarily in the best presentation, but they really wanted to work. They really wanted to win. And I look at that more than anything over some dumbass resume that's a piece of paper that you can edit, that you can lie on, that you can even bullshit. You can put your buddies down as a reference and they can answer the phone for you and be like, yeah, Mike was a great worker. Yeah, he was my favorite guy. I'm sad I had to let him go. Be smarter.